the spark was gone. It's fun, it's cool, I'm trying to be open. And then woe be unto him because he opened this door to begin with. Now she's selfish and we've been together for all these years and she wants to ruin the family. You open the door stays open. Suddenly, he lost his job. I still look good enough to pull other men. Hello, yes ma'am. When women are battling with you, they still care. This was a very humbling experience for him. Hey lovies, welcome to my channel. My name is Shan. If you have not been here before, go ahead, catch up on some old videos, get to know me better. If you have been here before, make sure that you like, and guys, remember to subscribe and turn on your notifications so that you are notified when I upload a video. So in this episode, I'd like to just ask it outright. Comment down below, let me know what you think. Do you believe in open marriages? Do you believe that open marriages can work? Do you think that there are open marriages that if a marriage is open, then it can quote unquote close again and then it can work? Do you think that when people propose open relationships that they are really just looking for a way how to have their cake and eat it too? Comment down below, let me know what you think, and I will get into the video. So I came across this post. I have seen it before on, I don't remember where I saw it. I found the letter and I felt like I needed to add my personal opinion on it. What do I think about open marriages? What do I think was happening here, etc. So I'll just get into it. I'll read the letter and then we'll dive into this. It says, I made the mistake of asking my wife for an open marriage and I regret it. I feel like a complete idiot here. My wife and I have been married for 19 years. We have one child. Our daughter moved out this summer after she enlisted in the armed forces. Okay. I love my wife, but I felt like the spark was gone from our lives. I didn't want to divorce her, so I proposed an open marriage. She was upset initially, but eventually she agreed. Like I said in the title of my post, I made a mistake. I have learned that just because I wasn't as attracted to my wife as I was when we got married, it doesn't mean other men would feel the same. My wife has so many men and dates, she doesn't know what to do with them all. Meanwhile, it's the opposite for me. Not only that, but after my wife agreed to an open marriage, I asked a woman who was a colleague of mine out on a date. I was a manager at my job, but I wasn't her manager. We worked in completely different divisions and our work had nothing to do with each other's jobs. But even though I wasn't her manager and I am in an open marriage, she complained to her manager and showed HR my messages. I lost my job. I told my wife I want to close our marriage again because I was an idiot for suggesting it in the first place. She said no. She's happy with how things are. It's killing me when I know she's with other men. My brother called me a moron when I told him and said expecting my wife to look like she did when she got married. When she got married made me a dunce. He even went so far as to say she takes good care of herself and is in great shape for 44. She just doesn't look 20. He had the nerve to say my wife looks better than me and I could stand to lose some weight. I love my wife and I don't want a divorce. I never wanted a divorce, which is why I proposed this in the first place. But she doesn't want to close the marriage. I'm not worried about money because we both work. I just don't want a divorce. I'm just glad my daughter enlisted in the RCAF and isn't here to see our marriage fall apart. Oh, child, let's get into it. Let's get into it because wow, I made a mistake. Wow, sir. First of all, I'm happy that he acknowledged that he's a complete idiot. I just hope that he figured that out earlier because now something tells me it's a bit too late. But let's get into what I think. He said, My daughter went to the armed forces. The spark was gone. I just feel like if you can acknowledge while you're in a marriage that the spark left, a lot of people don't know the reason why they start to feel different about their partners. A lot of people just realize things are just not the same. They can't acknowledge that it's a spark that's gone. I feel like if you are married and you are able to realize that the spark is gone, then that puts you in a position to fix that. There are so many things that he could have proposed to work on rekindling the love, rekindling the passion in the relationship. He could have said, hey, let's try some new things. Let's try to go new places. Let's try to explore options together. Let's try to add some drama to the bedroom. Let's try to do role play. There are so many things that you can explore instead of saying, I want to open up the marriage. If you ask me, I think the real reason he wanted to open up the marriage, and this is just me, is because he saw this woman that worked in his company at wherever it is that she works. He saw her, and there's something in his subconscious which says, I'm a married man. And then he's been with his wife for 19 years. So chances are she's been to some staff parties. Everyone knows her. Everyone knows him to be a married man. He has a 19-year marriage. I don't know how long they've been together, but I just feel like he saw this woman and he wanted the option to date her without being judged, without people looking at him a particular way, without looking like a failure, without looking like he stepped out on his marriage. And so his way to do that was, aha, I got this brilliant idea. If I say we're in an open marriage, she agrees, we agree, no one else can judge us. Now I can get to have my cake and eat it too. I can get to be with this other woman while still being here with my wife, or still not having to divorce. Because for some people, they consider divorce failing. And he probably did not want to fail, quote unquote. So if he could get her to agree to this, this would be the way how to just be with the other woman and not have to deal with the consequences. But homeboy, oh, he needed a calculator because he did not see this coming. When it said she was initially upset, but then she agreed. When will men understand that when women are arguing, when women are beefing with you, when women are battling with you, they still care. When they stop, that's it. I think homegirl, obviously that would hurt any woman to hear her husband after 19 years say, I want to open this up. I want to allow people into whatever we got going on here. Chances are they had a pretty normal marriage before this. So I can imagine her first thing was like, oh my God, this is painful. Sounds like they only have one kid because he said their daughter never spoke of any. So she's thinking, okay, my daughter is out. Now you want to go out and be you and do you. So I'm almost sure she just realized that, okay, I cannot make you do anything. And she probably also realized that he was looking for a way how to do what he wanted to do. So she maybe sat down with her calculator and said, well, if I say no, you're just going to cheat. So why not act on this? It's very possible that this woman isn't even doing anything with these men. It's very possible that she's just going out with these guys, just eating and just having conversations, just getting back into her groove. There is nothing that says that she has to be even sleeping with them. Because I saw a comment somewhere where this guy was trying to deflect that, oh, she always wanted to do that anyway. She always wanted to sleep with other people. No, sir, we are not going to make this about this woman. We are not going to put this one on her. Because like I said, there's a strong chance that she's picking the guys to go out with that look really attractive to make him sweat, and she's maybe just going out there having conversations. She's probably just telling them the truth, like, hey, you know, we can be friends, whatever. Or she's maybe sleeping with them, and if she is, then woe be unto him because he opened this door to begin with. I think this is what a lot of people do not understand. So when I even hear people talk about letting other people into their relationship for whatever reason, I say I don't think they're looking at the bigger picture. Like, for right now, okay, it's fun, it's cool, I'm trying to be open, I'm trying to allow you to be, I don't want to be insecure. What people are not understanding is that there are some doors that once you open them, you cannot shut them again ever, no matter how you say, okay, we're done with this phase of our lives. You had a phase, a party phase where you were inviting other people into your relationship, into your bedroom. You do not get to shut that out. You do not just get to pretend as if, okay, that didn't happen. Oh, when I said that, I was whatever. No, you open the door stays open. And oftentimes, when you open up someone's appetite to something, even when you say no more, they still have that taste for it. So they're going to go seek after it because you allowed them to. I have seen so many situations online where people are like, oh yeah, I can't believe that I agreed to this. I agreed to allow other people in, and he still stepped out and slept with someone behind my back. You cannot believe. What can't you believe? What can't you believe? You fed his appetite all this time. You got him hooked on this. He liked or she liked the taste of it. And now you just want to take it back. Why? No, I still want it. You allowed me to have it before. I still want it, right? It's like raising children. You allow them to do this thing, allow them to grow into it. At 1, you don't discipline. At 2, you don't discipline. And suddenly you want to stop it at 10. No, they like it. Now they want to do it. So they're going to do it. So I just think that was the issue there where he opened up her appetite. Maybe she's doing things, maybe she isn't. But sister's like, no. So let's get to the part here where he thought there's a thing about, they always say a cow does not know the use of its tail until it loses it. But I like to fix that and say the cow knows the use of the tail. It just never thought in any reality that it could lose that tail. And so when he said he never thought that other men would see her that way, that's because he took her for granted. He never thought his wife was that woman. He never saw the value in her. Other men, and that's the truth. Sometimes you'll have your own grass and you will not water it, and then you'll be looking over someone else's fence and be like, oh, that grass is so green, I want that grass. Do you know what the other person has been doing? How they've been fertilizing, how they've been making sure that their grass is well kept and well fed and well watered? No, we look at what we have and this dusty, dried grass. It's dry because you did not water it. And so he saw this other woman at work and she looked so much better than what he had. And now here's some other guy who says, oh, but what you have, your grass is pretty good. It has some potential. All that grass probably needed was to be clipped and a little bit of water and fertilizer. Now he sees it being fertilized and he's like, oh, I never knew that other men, they see it. This is also a lesson to women. Do not take it personally because there is one man who doesn't see the value in you. Because one man doesn't see your worth, it doesn't mean that you're not worth anything. It doesn't mean that your value deteriorates because a man cannot see what's in you. Most importantly is for you to see the value in yourself. It's for you to know that you are worthy. So don't let somebody's dusty son feel like he can make you feel small and make you feel not good enough. See? She had some suitors. He opened the door and the gentleman callers came in, and I love that for her. This was a very humbling experience for him. I almost like the fact that this happened. Whether or not their marriage is ever able to be closed again, I love the fact that he was humbled. Because notice, he liked this girl at his job. I don't get anything in it that says the girl was giving him any form of vibe that she wanted him. He thought he was more valuable than he realized now that he is. So he was humbled because chances are he's getting paid well. He's a manager. I don't know what company. Maybe he's bringing in the money and he thought that makes him valuable. But now, not only is this girl uninterested, she's like, no, creep, no, bye. Now you lost your job. And now you realize you ain't all that. And that's the part that gets me. Sometimes when you see women so broken and they refuse to lift their head high, when you see the kind of men that they allow to make them feel small, I'm like, baby, come here. Let me talk to you. Give me a minute. Because sometimes you look at these men and you're like, that's who you allow to make you feel small? That's the guy that you're allowing to make you feel less than and allowing to make you feel like there's nothing else out there that you can get that's better? I have heard men say, oh, well, she can leave if she wants. She's not going to find better than me. Sometimes when you look at the men and it doesn't add up, like this is what you think is the best that you could have. When you really look at these men and then based on what the women say, how they treat them, you're like, Baby, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. So I'm happy for the wife that she was pushed out of her marriage so she could see her worth. So she could see it doesn't even matter what these men were after at this point, because some guy who has his feelings hurt and feel like he's God's gift to woman might think, oh, they just wanted to sleep with her. The fact that her husband didn't want to sleep with her because he did not consider her attractive enough and she just wasn't doing it for him anymore. The spark had left. The fact that only that in itself, the fact that other men could see something worth taking her out, whining and dining her, sis learned a valuable lesson. And I don't know if they ever got it to close or if he ever got it to close. But if it did close eventually, I just hope that she kept that like, I still got some worth, okay? I might be 44. I might not look like I did 19 years ago when you married me, but I still look good enough to pull other men. Hello, yes, ma'am. Love that. It's also funny to me how suddenly he lost his job because now you didn't get the girl and you lost the job. Now you want to close the marriage? No. No, no, let's keep that same energy when you were manager, big boy, daddy Starbucks, when you were that guy and you felt like you just needed to go approach this girl and let her know what you're about. And now she's going to be all up on you and you'll get to leave me at home and you get to go out with your new young thing. Keep that same energy. Oh, no. And that's what's funny to me is men who are married to women, they expect that the other woman that they take on, they deserve the best of them. But when they're washed up, jobless, when they're down in the dirt, sick and left for nothing, they want to run back home. And I can never understand that because when you were up there, you wanted to bring other people in. He never thought, and here's the thing, he never thought that anybody would find her attractive. And so that's why he was willing to open it. That opening was for him. He opened that door so he could walk through. It wasn't supposed to be a two-way thing. Please note that. That's why he mentioned that he's so shocked. He's appalled that anybody could find her attractive because the whole idea was open relationship. But what it means is she's going to be at home and he's going to be out with his newfound love or whatever it is, having his own way. So now that newfound love does not want to be with you and there are no others. There are no others who want to be with you and you're jobless. Now you want to come home. Come home for what? What? Why? Why should I give it all up? Sister's having a great time. I can just picture it. She's out there just wearing her nice red dress. Can you imagine? Hair well done, probably just learned to do makeup or maybe went out and got her makeup done. Nice new perfume, something new and sharp and ooh, can you imagine? Sis just shaving her leg, waxing, whatever it is, just nice, smooth, oiled down, moisturized. And sis is maybe now in the gym because now you got other suitors. Honey, keep it together. Can you imagine? She's out here working out, eating healthy. No, I don't eat that no more. Taking care of her skin. Now tonight, a nice car pulls up. Tomorrow night, there's another one. The guy comes up, rings the doorbell. She's like, hey, gives him a hug. Homeboy is probably sitting there sulking. Maybe watching the doorbell count. Because if I was her, I'd pick the tall ones who are nice and fake. And, can you imagine? He's inside, no job. No girls want to be with him. And sis is just passing. Hey, hon, I'm out. Do you want me to bring you back something? I love it. Just imagine her. Herman, hi, enjoy. I'll be back. Don't wait up. Then she comes in and then goes straight for the shower. That would be the icing on the cake. If every time she comes back, straight to the shower, play mind games, even if she didn't do anything. Now he's in bed laying there, just binge watching. What time is she coming back? Can you imagine? And sis just comes in and like, hey, hon, maybe kisses him on the cheek because we're not divorced. We're just open. Kisses him on the cheek. Hey, hope you had a good night. Showers. And she's like, oh, had such an amazing night. I'm so tired. Good night. Can you imagine the games? But I love it. I love when I say this wife, she could have handled this. She could have handled this so many ways. But when she said, okay, I'm game, let's do this. Love it. And then when the brother First off, when I was reading it, I was like, yeah, the brother been noticing, all right? That brother seems like he been noticing the wife, but hey, I don't know, maybe he's just calling a spade a spade. But the brother said, hey, your wife looks good for 44. She is that woman. And you, on the other hand, you're not all that. Humbling, emotional damage. Imagine your brother saying to you, well, by the way, you could lose that gut. You're not all that. You're not all that in shape to want an open relationship. You're dumb. You're a moron. Wow. I don't know how a person recovers from that. Like, I don't know if her friend said it or her brother or whatever, but his own brother says, your wife is the prize. You, on the other hand, you're not all that. Yeah, I can imagine it maybe took him a couple of days to recover, but I still feel like the brother been noticing for a while, and he's just like, I think when he said you're a moron, it's more like, should have been me, I'm just saying. But the humbling, I love how he is humbled, okay? Brought right back down to earth level, because homie probably thought he was all the way up there. No, lower, lower, crawl on your belly like a snake. That's where you are. Nobody wants you. You don't got a job. And then he had the nerve to say it's not about the money, because they both, well, when I think about it, maybe by the time he's writing this, he probably applied for a new job. So maybe he has a job. Sis ain't worried. What do you mean? At this point, if he maybe said divorce, she'd probably be just as open to a divorce as she is for an open relationship. But then now he's mad. He pretty much, I think this letter that he wrote is that he wants someone to tell him how to close the marriage again. No. Keep that energy. Let that woman decide that, okay, I'm done with the charades. I've had enough of dates or whatever. Or let her date until she finds her person. Because I tell you what, you are clearly not her person, sir. You are not. Because if you were her person, you would be willing to look at what you do have, look at the qualities that she does have, and say to her, hey, I think we've lost our spark, especially now your daughter is out the house and she's gone. That is the perfect timing that you can do whatever. You can turn your house, you can get a red room, you can do whatever it is that you want to do, because it's just you two now. One would think that when you end up with an empty nest, if it is that your relationship is lacking spice and lacking spark, that's now the opportunity that you can do whatever, right? Let's just say she might come back from time to time. You can turn whatever you want to turn into whatever, make it for you. Now it's just both of you to focus on. There is no kid that you got to do all this for. She went off to the Air Force. So what is the problem? No. You want to have your cake and eat it too. And it backfired. And I love that. I say I was reading this the first time and I was laughing like, well, okay, I love this for you. But yeah, that's my 2 cents on the whole open marriages. I just think that so many people are just selfish and they think for themselves, because he was thinking only for himself. He wasn't thinking about his wife, how she would feel. And this is why I say to women a lot of times, like, when your man does something, when he makes a decision and it hurts you, put yourself in his shoes. Would he be open to working with you after that if you did the same thing? If you made the same selfish decisions, the exact decisions that made you feel the way you do right now, would he consider working with you? Because I can tell you, if a woman was the one who did that, if his wife, based on what he's saying now, if his wife had gone and proposed this open relationship, I can tell you it would have been a different thing, because now she's selfish and we've been together for all these years and she wants to ruin the family. No, how is it ruining the family when the woman wants to do it, but when you want to do it, she should hold it together. She should be Hercules and carry the world on her back. No, I love this. Comment down below. Let me know how you feel, lovies. Let me know if this is something that you would do if you were the wife. How would you handle this? What would be your approach on the whole thing? Would you just say to hell with it, get a divorce? Or would you take it as an opportunity to play games with him? Would you find your groove again? Be Stella and do what you got to do. Comment and let me know. Share with a friend. Let me know what your friends think, or let your friends comment and tell me what they think. Thank you for watching again, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.